I'm gonna work. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna work through the night. This is my plan. I'm gonna continue to build the wall, and I have stone, right? Yep. No stone. So, a little bit of... Oh, no, there it is. It's all in here. Oh, great. Yep. Yeah. So mainly, I think I'm gonna work on this wall. I was thinking about it again last night, and I thought, you know what I'm gonna do is actually do a spiral staircase right here that exits onto, rather than this thing, which I didn't like from the moment that I saw it. I'm gonna make a spiral staircase that exits onto this platform, and then the idea there is, like, later I can add a tower. You know, that'd be cool, because then I could see my surroundings better. Yeah. Some time has passed, it looks like, so I got some food. This is nice. And oh, yes, fishies. That's cool. That's still going. Yeah. Yeah, so getting the exact, like, it's gotta exit onto the staircase. There's gonna be, oh, maybe I should use this pillar as, like, the center, so that it'll go down. Yeah, that's not possible. I'll have to start a little bit lower, and then maybe I'll have to make it a pretty steep stair in order for my head to be able to pass. Oh, this is a real tricky thing, because it's like I want to approach it from this direction and go up the stairs and exit onto the wooden platform up there, right? So maybe I'm gonna give myself a couple more stairs to work with here, and then just do a little prototype. Oh yeah, see, it can't pass behind. Ooh, this is, I guess that's actually impossible. What I'm thinking of is impossible, because if it starts from the front, it has to pass around behind, right? So I guess maybe the only way to do it is this way, right? Because then I can fit under here, and this is the... Oh! I think I had spiral staircase on the brain there. Of course, I can just do that. That's, like, equally good. And then this could actually go somewhere else. This could be like another route. I always say, you know, there's this word R-O-U-T-E, and router, right, is pronounced route, but then, you know, like finding a route, you know, like finding a path, route, you know, route finding is math. Route finding is finding the zeros of a function, but, you know, finding a route, I don't know, I never know which one to say. They're probably both correct, but yeah, because I'm in you know, programming, I'm always thinking of routes, routers, routing, and not of routes that one might travel in one's life. This is satisfactory. This is satisfactory. It's not as comfortable going up this way, because I got to do this little jig-jag. I could just literally, I don't know. I think it'll feel less awkward once there is a As I say that, like, I do like the idea of this thing spiraling down again, but I wonder, that's nice. That feels good. And then do I lose the ability to go down? I do not. I lose nothing. This is perfect. Cool. Yeah, this is better. This is better than this ugly staircase, which I will now destroy with my fists. With this block of wood. With this block of wood I banish thee, ugly staircase. There. And not enough planks. Never enough of anything. Uncraft these, and then recycle them into slabs. Slab. There's a film I watched as a teenager, I can't remember the name of, but it's about a guy who his brain gets trapped in a jar. It's like a murder case. And there are a couple of quotes from that movie that have stayed with me my whole life. And one of them is, I don't know how, I can barely remember. Like they're out in this stony field. The character, the main character, and perhaps a doctor, a scientist. And the scientist is talking about these people who are in this rocky field digging with stones, digging up like mud or something with stones, some kind of activity like that. And I don't like that spider down there. Oh, it doesn't like me either. You? Oh yeah. Oh, you coming for me? Eh? Ooh, ow! Oh no! Now you get to see me do combat here. Oh God, no! Get away from me. And their language is primitive. It only has a few words, 3 words. Slab. Oh yeah, we hear them saying slab, block. We hear them saying that quite a bit. But they have another word which we don't hear them say, but the doctor claims that they also say hilarious. And so now, for some reason, for the rest of my life, I'm cursed that like whenever I hear slab, I always think of slab, block, hilarious. The other line from that film which has stuck with me is it's about it's what if a mouse had an enemy? The detective who can't solve, there's a detective, a Deca, who can't solve the case because it's impossible to solve. A man is dead, he has no brain, but it doesn't seem like, maybe the brain was removed? Yeah, it does seem like the brain was removed, but there's something impossible about it. And he's, gradually over the course of the film, he becomes obsessed with the idea that the criminal is a super intelligence, not in the AI sense. Oh, look at that beautiful coincidence there. It just lined up right on the edge of that. Not in the sense of an artificial super intelligence, a natural super intelligence, a non-artificial super intelligence, and that they can't solve the case because, what if a mouse had an enemy? He says to a younger detective on his team, right? He says, "What if a mouse had an enemy?" To which the younger detective replies, like, "What, you mean like a mouse?" And he's like, "No. Like, what if he had an enemy like us, like a human, And I just love that. I love that line. It's so kind of ahead of its time a little bit. Like now we're thinking about this was many years ago. I'm not young, and I'm fairly young. I'm still hip. I'm making a freaking YouTube video. I'm young. This was many years ago, and the film, we weren't really talking about artificial superintelligence. Like I don't think that is a philosophical concept. Obviously that ground had been tread. Probably Socrates had originally said in ancient times. He had probably said, "What if a mouse had an enemy?" or something similar. Like they might even be quoting some famous philosopher. I wouldn't know. I don't know about famous philosophers. I'm going to use this stuff. This is this has got a very vanilla look to it. I like that. What was I saying? The Greeks? Yeah, it's not a new idea. It's not revolutionary or anything like that. Like the idea of an enemy that you can't fathom, right? Like I guess that's what the Gnosticism is all about. That's what the demiurge is. It's kind of an intelligence that we can't fathom, or like the little devil. What's his face there? Descartes' devil. I always liked Bausma. I think the name of the philosopher is Bausma. I read in like a first-year philosophy course once. I read this essay that was about the little demon, but it was like a refutation by this philosopher Bausma. And the man who's being tricked by the demiurge encounters, this looks much nicer, encounters, I'm going to make it go all the way over. I'm going to make it go all the way over there. And then I'm going to stop. That's going to be the end of this thing. I think it's Bausma. I think actually in the I can't remember this. This was even longer ago that I read this, but I think the character in the story is Bausma, and then there's a devil who creates a world for Bausma to live in. You know, spirits him away from the real world and from his work, and creates a place for him to live that is fake, and it's made of paper. And Bausma takes one look around, and you know he's fooled for a moment, but then he's like, "Oh, this isn't the real world. It's made of paper." And the devil is like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's made of paper. Look, I can see that it's made of paper." And the devil is like kind of frustrated by this because he wanted to create, he wanted to confound. Is this going to catch fire? Only one way to find out, I guess. He wanted to confound Bausma, and he was not successful. And so then he creates a universe for Bausma. He like starts over. He creates a universe, he strips Bausma of those memories, and then he creates a universe for Bausma that is like, it'll fool more than one of his senses. It fools maybe 3 of his senses, but not the other 2. It fools his, maybe all except the sense of smell. Well, I'm going to curtail this story so that I can get back to whatever I was doing before, which I now can't remember what I was doing before. And so Bausma, wakes up in this world and is perfectly tricked by all of its various elements. And then he smells a rose on his desk. There's like a flower that he left on his desk, and he smells it, and he's like, "Oh, it doesn't smell like anything." And the devil is like, "Aha! Like I fooled you. This isn't the real world," or something like that. And Bausma, or I guess Bausma concludes that it's not the real world. Yeah. And the devil gets frustrated again because it's like, well, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, because look, I can't smell a rose. It's clearly, this is a fake world. It's not the real world. And so finally, the devil just gets really frustrated and creates a perfect world to trick Bausma, to trick all 5 of his senses, but which doesn't trick a sense that only the devil possesses, which is Serpicio. It's a special sense that this devil possesses that, wordlessly crafting away all my iron, that this devil possesses that Bausma does not possess. And so then Bausma wakes up in this world, and he looks around, and he sees like that it's the real world, and he, smells a rose, and is like, yeah, it's the real world. I'm satisfied. And now the devil is like, cool, I got him. So the devil comes over to his, to Bausma, and whispers to him, "Are you sure? Are you sure it's the real world?" Because he's like, ha, I got you, Bausma. It's not the real world, and he wants to taunt his prey. And so Bausma is like, I hope I'm getting the name right. Bausma. Bausma? I don't know. You look it up. He's like, he looks around again, and he smells the rose again, and he looks out the window at the streets and the people, and he's like, yep, it's the real world. And, and the devil is like, are you sure? And Bausma is like, yeah, no, I just looked outside. It's definitely the real world. And the devil's like, he's very easily frustrated, so he appears, and he's like, no, man, it's not the real world. It fools your senses, but it can't fool my senses. And Bausma considers this and is like, that's not a problem for me. Like the real world, I have no evidence that the real world was ever anything but that. If it fools all of my senses perfectly, then it is the real world. And if it doesn't, then it's not. And like that's that's the story. My inventory is pretty full. That's the story. That's the story that I wanted to tell. That's Bausma. Why did I tell that? Oh, it's because I was talking about Slab Block Hilarious, and that film, the name of which I can't remember, had some great actors in it, famous actors whose names I can't remember. I think this is going to be a thing here. So this is sort of what I was doing there, was like to make a little sewer grate kind of thing. Maybe I'll take away one of these. Does that look better? I don't know how to judge. Um, yeah, so obviously the concept isn't new of a fake world or of a super genius, super intelligence, but I love the idea of like a mouse having an enemy, you know, and what that would be like. Yeah, that's that anecdote went off the rails. Off the rails. This is good. This is good. So this is not going to be the final, you know, entrance or whatever, but I thought I'd put that there. And then the idea here is like maybe I'll have this go into here, because earlier I noticed that there's like a lower body of water over here. Oh, there's a couple of little bodies of water. There's like a lower body of water over here, a lake, a pond, a big pond, a bit of a lake. There's like a Mistcraft generated structure over there. I can't, like I love Mistcraft. Oh, this is cute. This is right where the chunk stopped loading. I love Mistcraft. I love to explore ages. This is very dangerous to explore Mistcraft ages, and I love that. Like it's like hardcore mode plus, where like you can ruin your account forever. And, you know, you need like an admin to rescue you from that. But I do not like big well, this is at least, I don't know. It's a generated structure. I just don't like generated structures. I've mentioned it before, and a lot of mods, not a lot of mods, some mods like Thaumcraft and this one, you don't have enough config options. So like you can't, like I don't think you can turn off those generated libraries in the overworld. I'd be fine with the libraries showing up in the Mistcraft realms, because you kind of need the libraries in order to find more pages, right? So I'd be cool if they showed up in Mistcraft realms, and then you just had, you know, you had to go and get the occasional, you know, book, go on a little book hunt, book buying excursion, every once in a while. Yeah, this is perfect. Heck yes. Heck yes. This is perfect. So this is, no, heck no. That's not what I wanted. You know, that'd be cool, but you can't, and so you get these Mistcraft things. But like, I didn't want to not include Mistcraft because of that. I actually already didn't include one of my favorite mods. I have some willpower when it comes to these things. One of my favorite mods of all time is Dimension Door. I love Dimension Door. I love those pocket dimensions, and I love the way that it like the way that the pocket dimensions. Get it to jag a little this way. Pocket dimensions. Yeah, with the black material, it's so cool. The like textureless. It's like a textureless black block. If you haven't played it, like that's what it is. Is this textureless black block, and I love that. I love that look. You can make all kinds of really interesting like tricks with it. Tricks of the eye. I'm like, yeah, okay. Tricks of the eye, and that's cool. And then also you can use it to teleport, which, you know, I think it's a little too cheap. I remember when we played the 1.7.10 pack, which was like the second modded Minecraft experience that I had. I was like using it to teleport all over the place, and was it Dimension Door? It might have been another mod that had like a book that you would get, like this book, purple book, and then you could just teleport anywhere as long as you had, I don't know, this purple book, and like linking books that link to the overworld are kind of similarly OP in the sense that like you get one and then you can just teleport all over the place. What we have for teleporting, it's getting dark, I gotta go back inside, but what we have for teleporting is these guys. This is actually like the main reason that I kept villages in, is bam, is waystones. The waystones, you can't break them. You can craft them. You can't break them once they're placed. And watch over the lava, man. I can't go jumping around here. I'll burn. You can't break them once they're placed. You can't break the naturally spawned ones. Or you can break the ones that you placed, but you can't break the naturally spawned ones in the villages. I see people in their Let's Plays and their long plays like breaking them in the villages, and I'm like, oh, you guys. You just steal everything from villages. Like, learn to play Minecraft yourself, god damn it. Yeah. Anyway, they're cool because it means that you can explore. So like exploration, they're good for exploration because when you go exploring in Minecraft, it's really cool to go out, but then it kind of sucks to come back. And I found like in my life, in my Minecraft life, that always was a bit of a deal breaker for me. Like I'd be like, oh, I can go explore and sail 20,000 blocks to the north, and it'll take me an hour, you know, or whatever. But then I gotta come back, you know. That's not as much fun as it was to go out. I don't like how watery this water is. There's like a couple too many source blocks in here, maybe. Did I do that? Maybe if I just do that. You know what I mean? So with the waystone, oh, okay, it's just that's just Minecraft. It's Minecraft, baby. That's cool. Don't worry about it. I am worried about it, but I'm trying not to be. I'm trying to be cool. Yeah, so with the waystones, it means you can travel out. You can go out, you know, 100k blocks. Like we are currently 100k blocks away from spawn, and I have a village here. I found a little village, so it means that I can actually go back to spawn without dying, and then I can go, you know, I can come back here sometime. So this becomes like a little outpost of sorts in, you know, a new world. Problematic. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Somebody else already did that video. I'm not going to talk about that. Yeah. So that's cool. And I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go back. So you can see I'm at level 26 right now. My plan is that when I hit level 30, which I think I'll probably hit level 30 like in this video, you know, I guess maybe, or like the beginning of the next one. When I hit level 30, I'm going to go back. I'm going to spend those 30 levels to go back to town. And then I'm going to do an episode of World Tour, like a World Tour style episode, you know, just 1 hour, not the whole world. I'm just going to like give a little tour of, you know, my corner of the realm. And, you know, I think that'll be entertaining. I think that'll be cool. It's very storied, which is perfect for my like rambly style. So, you know, we'll go. Oh, I can make my bronze armor here. We'll go on a little adventure, and I'll show off some of the old places, my old bases, and then you know, and then I'll just teleport back. Oh, and I'll use the Centec runic teleporter to like throw me back and retrace my steps, re-find this place, rather than using the waystone to get back, because the waystone costs 30 levels, right? Because yeah, you know, I mean, what else am I going to use my levels for, right? Got to use them for something. Okay, so we got potatoes, but I got to bake them, and we got fish. I got to cook those too. Got a little too much coal on me right now. Got these iron bars. Not regretting making those at all. You know what you can use iron bars for? One of these, radiant resonator. Radiant resonator, or a witch's oven. Oh, I love a witch's oven. That's cool. That's coming. I'm not going to build any of this stuff until I actually have a house, but that's coming. I think for now I'm going to stick with cooked fish, but maybe I'll put this raw fish in here along with the aubergines and the dandelions and the seeds, right? Oh no! Stop the potatoes! Save the potatoes! Such a noob. Of course, I've got to, you know, plant the goddamn potatoes if I want to have food. Same with the aubergine seeds, right? There you go. Now I'm playing Minecraft. Yeah, right here, I'm going to start building a little structure. I feel like I want it to be. It's tricky. I might have to move this field a little bit later, because I want it to be in front of this by a significant number of blocks. We'll see. Maybe this can be the entrance here, and then the shed, because this is going to be a shed, right? You know, I lose the ability to cross this piece of water easily, and I lose the ability to get the fish easily. Yeah. I'm in a dillio pickle. That's all right. I think I'm gonna. It makes sense for this to be cobblestone here. Makes sense in my mind. In my mind. In my mind. And yeah. And then I'm just going to ape the style of the wall so that it'll just kind of look, for now, like a little extension of the wall. But this is going to be like a storage room, because I will eventually need, more chests and stuff. That's going to be a storage room. And then I think it's going to be as well the base of a building. I'm going to put a building on top that's going to like stick out a little bit past the wall. Right, like that. Yeah, and then, I can have a little staircase that goes up to like a wooden platform up here. And then, yeah, it's just, do I want to have it, the platform. The other thing I was thinking about was, we got this beautiful redwood forest. And these beautiful skeletons shooting at me. Oop, no. We got this beautiful redwood forest. So I should be using redwood, right? To build things. I've never used it before. So I'm mildly excited about that. Yeah. So this is probably where that's going to happen. This, does this need to be one block deeper? It's kind of cool if you, yeah, it's kind of cool if the door is over here. Yeah, it's kind of cool if the door is over here, and then I just clean all this stuff up. I should make a shovel. My kid doesn't make tools. He like, I can see what's happening, right? There's like pain now versus pain later. Like he knows he has to sort of slough around to like make a tool. It's not immediate for him. He doesn't know the recipes off by heart, things like that. He often he gets stuck, or he'll use planks instead of. It's adorable. He'll use planks, or he'll use logs instead of planks for recipes, or he'll use planks instead of sticks or whatever. And so he's like, no, I'll just punch the trees. But then it's just so funny because he ends up spending, 2 or 3 times longer doing everything, punching trees, than he would have if he just built an axe and or a shovel or whatever the appropriate tool is every time that it breaks. But like that's I sympathize. I'm like that with other things in my life where it's a little bit less obvious, right? And I know, like as a computer programmer, holy crowley. Wow, this thing just destroys dirt, but like doesn't do grass as well. What happened there? Oh, it's weird. I don't know why it just suddenly it like just exploded this dirt here, but it was taking me a moment to explode the other dirt. Yeah, as a software developer, people are always shooting themselves in the foot by not automating things, right? Like if you find yourself doing a repetitive task as a programmer, and then you like don't fix it, and you find yourself doing that same repetitive task again later, that's a failure. That is a failure as a programmer, right? Like your whole job is making things, is automating things. So you got to automate things, and like you're no exception. Your things are no exception. You've got to write a generator to generate the scaffolding that you need for whatever, or you've got to, but still, we don't do it, right? Like, it takes a certain amount of pain before people will do it. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna tell you work stories. I will tell you about programming, in general, sometimes like this, like I just did, but I am not gonna do a little work anecdote. That would be, we all know the tales of people who social media'd their work anecdotes and then got fired. I don't want that for myself. Okay, what I was just thinking was maybe I could use like dirt, nicer dirt. Like I could, instead of using a stone floor, I can do a dirt floor, dirt brick. I could even do the bottom layer in a dirt brick. And I've kind of done that before for root cellars. I love to build a root cellar. But this isn't exactly a root cellar, but I kind of think I like it. I kind of think I like this idea. Yeah, the dirt brick. Well, let's get a chisel. That's something else I really need to do is get some, ironically, like I used my wool for something stupid to like show you that beds don't work. But like what I really need is like a pair of shears. I can make wooden shears, right? Or stone shears. A pair of shears, and then I need to go out and like get some wool. Invar? No, I just need wooden shears. Mystic roots to the rescue. Because I want to make a chisels and bits bag. I got no chisels and bits bag. Diamond, obviously. Your chisels got to be made of diamond. Any respectable chiseler chisels with a diamond chisel. All my decorative tools end up being diamonds, and like my weapons are modded diamond. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this. Yeah, the urge to automate is a good, like the instinct to automate. You're like, oh yeah, I gotta automate this. I gotta, like if I'm doing, I remember in university a friend was doing manual kind of find and replace, like going through. It wasn't something that he could do easily with just standard find and replace. So he was going through a file like line by line, modifying many lines of it. And then I was like, you gotta regular expressions. That's what the regular expressions are for. That's why we spend time learning regular expressions. And we did it up, and it was like revolutionary. This was something I can't remember what it was, but anyway, it was after that. It was like a thing. Don't let yourself do. I think 7 times is probably a good limit. People talk about 3 for refactoring. Why am I talking about programming? Why am I talking about programming? Shut up about the programming. Anyway, I'm building this little root cellar. I don't know that I want. Do I want the whole floor to be this texture? This is a pretty loud texture. Maybe I'll just do this for the side, and then I could use like a different dirt texture. Something that's like a little bit not cobbled dirt. I like that they put in these textures. Like coarse dirt? Like coarse dirt. Let's try that. Let's try replacing all that dirt with coarse dirt. And then that'll have a nice like coarse, because coarse dirt feels like it's been trampled a little bit, or maybe there's trodden dirt. Reinforced happy souls. Disordered brick is really nice. Layered. Oh, layered is good. Not for the floor though. Dirt. Dirt plate. Oh, yeah, okay. Dirt gabion. I've never used the gabions. We have earthworks in here. Earthworks. A lot of good blocks in earthworks. That's where all the slate comes from. And the gabions. I've never used the gabions, but I've always been like, oh, I should use the gabions. It just doesn't. They don't like. I don't know. Stairs. I do a lot of Googling where like I Google stuff in the real world, like what's lath and plaster, timber framed wattle and daub, and these things. Gabions. Gab. Reed is great. I love reed. It's such a good color. I have a building that has like a reed roof in a village where all the other roofs are thatch roofs. Thatch roof cottages. Thatch roof cottages. And it looks good. It like stands out as like a little. It's a bit of a witch's hut. It's like a bit of a. It's like my roots base. And I made too much coarse dirt. That's fine. Yeah, it looks good because it's every other house in the village has the thatch. Oh yeah, this is good. This is good. You see how the little brown dots? The like darker brown dots. Oh, I could even do like a patchwork. So something that I typically don't like, which is like very fashionable in the builderly world of Minecraft, is this patchwork stuff where like people use 3 or 4 different textures. So like instead of a wall that's just like the stone brick wall, they'll be like, well, there'll be the one piece of stone brick and then one piece of weathered stone brick and one piece of like, crafted different texture stone brick and maybe a little whatever. and it's everywhere. Like they use that everywhere, the Builderly folk. And I guess it looks good. Like I guess it looks good in screenshots and stuff, but it doesn't feel alive to me. It doesn't feel like it possesses the quality of life. It feels like it's kind of forced because it doesn't have a sort of natural raison d'être or whatever. Yeah. So I tend not to do that. I mean, maybe it's just because I suck at building. That's a reasonable explanation. There's someone on this server who does do that. I can maybe do a little tour of their base. I'm gonna try to avoid doing tours of other people's bases though, because it's private. I don't have anybody's permission to like record their base or whatever. I just broke the torch that I just placed, but it's good, and maybe I'll do a sneaky little tour of that. So I mean, like, look at this. Maybe without the. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to leave it. I'll see if it grows on me. Something that I was thinking when I looked at that was that the cobble texture for dirt might actually be pretty cool to put on here. I think I'm gonna be done with that though now, and then I'm gonna use. Maybe I'll go get some redwood like right now. Maybe I'll make an axe and go get some redwood right now, while the daylight is up there. I don't have enough of this to make an axe. I don't want to make a diamond axe. Does that mean I have to smelt something? Kind of does. I just make a stone. I'm going to be cutting down very tall trees. I don't want to make a diamond axe. Oh, man. I guess I'll make 2 of these. Like that. Okay. That's smelting. Oh. And then night falls. All right. Well, I guess that's okay. I guess I'll just keep. Yeah. What needs to be done here? I like this now. The next step for this thing is going to be to put a little spider proofer on this side, which I'm going to do with chisels and bits, and then maybe crenellations, possibly crenellations or something, because like I don't want to torch this up, but I also don't want monsters to spawn here. So. But like crenellations are problematic because maybe wall. Maybe I'll use wall. Crenellations are problematic because it's like the partial. Well, you know why crenellations are problematic. I don't have to tell you about crenellations. Jeez. What do I think I am here? All right. Who do I think I'm talking to? If you're watching a Let's Play of somebody doing modded Minecraft, like, you clearly know what the problem is with crenellations. Yeah. I did this recently with a wall made of snow and stuff. I like this part of the wall where there is a bigger pillar, but like it goes away as soon as you put down other blocks. So maybe if I maybe if I alternate different kinds of wall, like this. Maybe if I alternate, yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Did I just make like 56? I always do that. It's funny. I end up building, like I just shift click because it's convenient and fast, and then I end up with like way too much of these obscure blocks. What the? That sucks. That's not what I wanted. Ugh. That's not what I wanted. So this looks cool. What about if I do a floating crafting table? What if I do an alternating pattern of like that? And then I'm not going to think, like normally I would think very hard about like these edge bits and like the corner. right? Like I'm dreading, like, oh, I'm going to get to the corner and it's not going to work perfectly. But like, no, that's actually a good thing. It's similar to the reason why I imagine people use the sort of builderly style of it fucking lined up perfectly. That's a kind of a disappointment actually, but that's cool. It's fine. It lined up perfectly. That's just life. It won't always. It makes my point harder to make. Oh, these should be stairs, I guess, eh? My point, which was, oh, wait a minute. Like that? Yeah, sure, why not? The sort of chaos that you get in that builderly style where the textures are always shuffled up, it like plays with, I don't know, it's noise, right? And it's in order, when you look at a wall that's all the same texture like this one, it kind of sucks, right? You don't want it to be all the same texture. You want it to be a little bit chaotic. So like, a thing to do is perhaps put in, like a little have it jag down a little bit, and then you've broken up that pattern. But it's like you don't have to go full Perlin noise on everything, right? You don't have to just be like, you just want to break up the textures a little bit. And it's not the only way to break up the textures. The other thing is, you want to break up the textures in a way that is alive, a way that is sort of functional, right? Has reasons. So like if you look at this side of the wall, there's no problem with the textures, right? Like a builderly style builder would probably go in and like shave off some of the oak wood with an axe, to make it to mix it up a little bit. I don't see that that's necessary. Yeah. I'm more likely to do something like, build a little tower there, right? Just to mix things up, just to like to add a bit of noise. But just noise for its own sake, noise for noise's sake, is I don't know. And like similarly, like these crenellations, they serve a purpose, right? Crenellations in the history of the world served a purpose. How's this going to work? Whoa! Crenellations in the history of the world served a purpose. They were some part of someone's fortification scheme. They were necessary for, like, I don't know, shooting arrows and then being able to duck behind cover or something, probably. But like, you don't do that in Minecraft. Crenellations really just serve to like, they're decorative. They look good. That obviously is a function of these kinds of crenellations. But another one is light. Right? They break up the. They prevent you from having to torch something, and torching things looks dumb. Torching doesn't look completely dumb. Obviously, I'm going to have a couple of light sources on the top of this wall, but it's like I don't want to have torch. Like, that's no good. So got to use these half slabs, and here I'm adding in like a little secret element of design there, like, because you look at that one over there, and it's going to be like the same as this one, and that's intentional. Intention is nice. I'm glad I'm going to be able to use all of these cobblestone walls I made. I hope nobody shoots me into that lava pit. I hope that never happens. I'm going to stand down here in order to reduce the likelihood of that happening. Because like a spider could come, and knock me into that lava, or an archer could spawn and knock me into that lava. I don't like it. I don't like that whole idea. I might actually just retire from this activity now that I've kind of spooked myself. Yeah. That looks much nicer. Oh yes, I am pleased. I'm pleased with this. This is a look. Anybody over here want me dead? Just zombie. This is a textureless zombie villager. That's a problem that we... Speak of the devil. That's a problem that we have, is some of the zombie villagers are textureless for some reason. I don't know which mob breaks them. But, which mod breaks those mobs? I don't know. but it's okay. It's not a big deal. I mean, that's not a very professional thing to say as a mod pack maker. It is a bit of a big deal. But like, I don't look at mobs all the time. I'm not some kind of mob looker. So, you know, cry me a river. This is my mod pack. Yeah, it would be cool to fix that. That would be cool to figure out why that happens. This is still not going to be spider-proof, right? I mentioned before I'm going to do the spider-proofing with a bit of chisels and bits. I think I'm going to go over here and do this way. I have my sample block key bound to R. What's your sample block key bound to? Also, no view bobbing? I hate view bobbing. Why would I want the screen to bounce around? I need precision, you know? I need to be able to get stuff done. I don't want the screen bobbing and bouncing. And you know, I guess that takes you out of the simulation a little bit. But like, I don't experience. There's a difference between. So people talk about immersion, right? Immersion is like a goal of video games for a lot of game designers. They want immersion, like VR as a thing, you know. But I don't think that immersion is great. Like IMM immersion. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's something that we should be desiring all that much, or like striving for as much as we do. And people talk about, oh, how to make Minecraft more immersive or whatever. And it's just ill-defined. And then when you do try to define it, it's kind of weird. Like, if anything, I think I'd like games to be the opposite. I'm stealing this idea from a blog that me and some friends were writing some time ago. But I much prefer when games are immersive, like when you emerge from water, when you emerge from the game. I want games that make me think about the real world. I want games that make me reflect on my real life and improve me as a human, right? Like, I think Minecraft has kind of done that for me. The things that I've learned about starting big projects and never finishing them, that was a problem in my whole life, right? Like, not just in Minecraft. And it was Minecraft that was the catalyst, you know? It was a microcosm of the real world. The reason that Minecraft is fun. Stay tuned. Our host will soon reveal the reason Minecraft is fun. The only reason. I think Minecraft is fun because, what did I just do? I just did a bad. Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna cleave to the rule that I created over on that side, which is, I need one of these. Cleave. I'm gonna cleave to the rule. I'm gonna follow the rule. What a weirdo. Cleave to the rule. Stay tuned after this digression. You will know why you love Minecraft. It's because building things was already fun. Minecraft didn't invent building things. Newsflash. Minecraft didn't invent building things. Minecraft, the thing that makes Minecraft fun is the thing that already made Lego fun. Like, this was already a fun game before this was a game. There's like no secret sauce. And there have been games like Minecraft before. You know, Minecraft is maybe the most popular game in the world. I think it's got like more. I heard recently it has more players than soccer. And soccer's a pretty good game. Something like that anyway. Yeah, this is lovely. Building things is already fun. That's immersion. Like emerging. Immersion. With an EM instead of an IM. It takes you out. It's like the reason that you're playing this game is because of the real world and the real you. Like, you're actually building something in Minecraft. You are creating art. It's not immersive. It shouldn't be immersive. It doesn't need to be immersive. I don't want it. Get away from me with your immersion. I don't want it to be immersive, you know. Yeah. That's my hot take. That's a pretty hot take, I guess. Yeah. I can't remember how I got onto that subject. This is greatly improved, eh? This is very nice. Oh, was it about the crenellations and the historical significance of... anyway, this doesn't matter. That's something for another day. I think the zombies are all gone. So maybe I'll work on this little flooding project a little bit. I'm not doing any mining right now. Oh, I put those there for a reason. I remembered the reason as soon as I took them away. It's because I want to go and flood this cave. You know, Minecraft water doesn't fill volume. So I'm going to flood this cave from the bottom up. See, this is chalk. Chalk is earthworks. I don't know if you've noticed. It's hard to notice where we're standing here. Yeah, maybe I'll comment on this like another time when we're not standing, you and I, standing together here on this field. Yeah, you can't see it anywhere here. When you see like exposed rock, like the exposed face of a mountain, for example, there's a lot of minerals that I've made spawn in plates. So like this chalk is part of an ore vein or like what a mineral deposit that is a circle, and it's perfectly flat. It's one layer, and it is just flat in a circle, and that's how you find like chalk, and that's how you find limestone, and all the different kinds of slates, and a bunch of different minerals work like that. And then when you see a mountain with the exposed rock face, it has this straciated look that I find very appealing, and that's why I added it. And then the strata, you know, I love strata. The strata are they change. So like chalk is most common around sea level. It kind of tapers off. But the other ones, they spawn at various different heights. And it gives the world a bit more life. That mysterious quality of life. Because you're looking at a mountain and you're like, oh, it changes. As though time has passed, as though this mountain has been pushed up from the ground, right? It changes at different heights. That's important. That's an important feeling. I like things like that's the kind of realism that I like, because it's about feeling, right? It's not about like, you know, am I immersed? It's about like, does this make me think about the nature of a mountain? Does this make me think about the nature of a forest? And like, it doesn't need to be so realistic that it detracts from gameplay, right? Like you still want to be able to do your rocket jump, right? You still want to be able to shoot a rocket at the ground and jump up and then like, you know, take someone's jet airplane away from them in midair. You want to be able to do that. That's core to video games and the feeling of video games. Don't you know, pursue. You know, it's easy to pursue anything for its own sake. Can I uncraft these? What if I do that? What if I talk like this? Cobblestone wall. Can I seduce the cobblestone wall into... No, I cannot convince a cobblestone wall, no matter how I speak, to be anything other than a cobblestone wall. Because I need cobblestone right now to make a pickaxe, unless I can go find a piece of stone. Like exposed stone. And I was just talking about how I can't see any exposed stone right now, but like maybe this pool is like deep enough that it gets me some exposed stone. It looks like there's a little, what is this, a crevasse? No, it's not a crevasse. It's just a little dip. Dimple, I was going to say dimple, but like I guess dimples kind of go up, like pimples. Or do they go down? I don't know. Oh look, aquamarine shale. That's very nice. There's sand ores in this. There's a bunch of ores. The same way that I've moved a bunch of modded. I'm literally like getting distracted and then wandering off into the woods. La la la. One of the you know, I hid a bunch of modded ores inside of other kinds of stone that you like generally ignore as a Minecraft player. And then similarly, I've hid a bunch of modded ores. This is a beautiful tree. I hid a bunch of modded ores like amethysts and emeralds, amethysts, opals, that kind of. Ooh, well, I found what I was looking for. That's a crevasse in sand, which is cool. It's a similar thing. It's just like another reason to break sand. You know, we don't need a lot in the way of reasons to break sand because sand is awesome. You got to break sand when you find it, you know. Or, you know, typically you wait till you need sand before you start breaking it. Now I'm down here, but I don't want to be down here. I want to be up there. Elevate. That joke. That's from. That's a quote from. My mind is like. I don't know if your mind works like this, but my mind is littered with little landmines of like references to things. So if I happen to say the word elevate, I will always immediately relive that entire portion of that episode of that show about the time-traveling doctor who frequently is reincarnated, whatever that was called, I can't remember. And that scene hit real well for me, even though I hadn't really watched a lot of Doctor Who in the past. That scene landed with me. That whole episode. I watched that episode of Doctor Who, and then I watched that arc of Doctor Who, and then it was over. It was like way too fast. And I was like, oh, I gotta watch more Doctor Who apparently, because apparently it's awesome. Apparently this show rocks. And then I watched a bunch more of it, and you know, it has a fan base that loves it, and I'm sure they're very cool, but it does not do it for me. It's way too silly. It doesn't take itself seriously. It does take itself seriously sometimes. It doesn't take itself seriously frequently enough for my taste. And that is why I don't watch Doctor Who. That's the story of why I don't watch Doctor Who. Exterminate! Yeah. But I knew about Daleks because I think I like accidentally watched a bunch of Doctor Who as a young man, as a child, as a baby. And the fish, I love the fish. And it stuck with me, and then so I got the joke, you know, like, even though I wasn't a Doctor Who fan, I got the joke of like, you know, haha, you can't go up a staircase, you like infinitely powerful ancient war machine, like obviously staircases will defeat you, and then the Dalek is just like elevate. It's very funny, in my mind at least. It's very funny. Yeah. I'm flooding this whole region. Actually, I think I didn't make this second area wide enough here. Yeah. I like to beautify the world. I like to like make things, you know, more beautiful gradually, little by little. And I mean, beautify, like obviously it's in service of me, but like I'm adding this little river here. Because I think it's going to make this whole area just, you know, come together really nicely. But I don't like to like make a huge impression on the natural world. I like to just kind of make a small impression on the natural world. I like to leave things mostly as they are. Like I don't quarry. Yeah, I try to have a minimal environmental impact in Minecraft. In the real world, it troubles me, the environment, but I find it harder to act upon those feelings. I don't have as much agency in the real world as I do in Minecraft. And I'm going to leave you on that.